and unlike.
Going and start getting it recorded. Okay. You're good.
Hey.
Anytime you're ready, you got Graham, Mike, on everybody.
How's everyone tonight? I hope everyone's doing great. So tonight we're gonna just take a quick look at a tool that I like to use, and it's how I have it set up as a free version. You can certainly get a paid one. You get 10 minutes of scraping time. So it's called Phantom Buster, and I'll show how I use it to help me with GMB and competitive research. So I'll just finish up what I was saying earlier before we got on here. So Phantom Buster has all kinds of, they're called phantoms and workflows. So really it's an automation tool. So if you're primarily trying to do LinkedIn, then you can scrape the profiles. Really what this is just it's a data scraper. So let's look at really what I set up for showing you guys tonight. So we're going to look at Google Maps. We're kind of GMB kind of a group. So this is the export is going to export all of the businesses based on a keyword. Okay. So you set up a simple Google Drive sheet. This is I just put it in here to make it easy. So this is the share link for this Google sheet. So you'd go to here. You'd go to anyone with a link, and you can copy the link. That's all this link is. So I quickly just did SEO Services Colorado just as an example. So you could use whatever you wanted to do in your local area or the local area that you're trying to hit. And then what you do is you just follow here. Maybe we'll just go to this one, use this Phantom. So this is what it looks like. You put the sheet in here and then hit save, and it's going to ask you to export it. So let's save it. Oh, it's already done. So really what it's going to look like is this will come up, and then all you're going to do is launch this Phantom Buster. And once it goes through here, and like I said, the free version, you get 10 minutes of scraping time. So there's a couple of things you can do. You can reduce this number if you wanted to do multiple places, but it gives you the 10 minutes every day. So if you're just doing one and you want 200, you can get up to 200 scrapes in any area. So this area that I scraped, which was Colorado for SEO, only had 100 GMBs based in there. So that's good information to know right away, or what kind of competition you're getting into an area if you're looking to get into a new area. And once it goes through and scrapes that information, it gives it to you in a CSV file. So then I'll just show you what the CSV file, where'd it go? Here, I'll just download it again. What? Always when you're on this, right? Always when you're on here. There we go. Okay, so you can see the file okay? So this is some pretty crazy information. So this is their Google Map URL.
I don't think we see the file.
Oh,
I think it's just on the Google Maps.
Yeah, sorry. That's because we're in just 1 second. Where's the stop? Screen share, thanks.
I do it all the time. I always mess it up.
There we go. Now you should be able to share. I use Teams more often, and it does the whole screen. This does the application. Okay, so go back. This gives you our keyword, right? That we searched, and this is all the Google Map URL locations, and here's all the GMB titles. So how useful is this? That you can find out. I mean, if you're savvy with Excel at all, you can start to do count in title. You can do word count. Like there's so many things in Excel you can do to get all of this, and then take all of those things. So folder SEO, you can take all of these and base them off a map, like an overall map. And then you can find out where they're placed. And if you see a gap and you're trying to fix a business, that's where you want to put your GMB. So then proximity isn't a problem, right? So all of this is giving you this information. And I'll skip over here, you also get the plus code for the location of the actual GMB. So the plus code will give you, you put the plus code into the GMB, it'll show you right where it is in a marker. Then we'll go across. So ranking, you know, obviously higher is better. Review count for everybody. You know what you need to beat in reviews. This is their main category that they used in the GMB. Also, I know there's lots of plugins out there, but this was the way to do it back in the day. Attributes, no one's got any. Addresses, this is their actual business address. So you can see the ones that don't come up don't have an address. This is the plus code, which we talked about. And here's their website. So crazy thing here now is that we do the next step is that I didn't do this, but you can use the concatenate function. And if anyone wants me to do it for them, I can do it later. But you can concatenate HTTPS, right? And once you have this URL, now you can go and check out their, you know, their website. So then that brings me up to the next free tool that you get. And then you got Screaming Frog. So you can start here. This is also free. So Screaming Frog is fantastic. It'll give us a whole bunch more information that you might want or need. It'll do 500 URLs of a website for free. If you want more than a website that's bigger than 500, then you have a paid version. But this will literally tell you everything that. So this one's got more than 500. So it's only going to do the 500 for me. But so if you're an SEO agency, this can kind of break off into two things. So you can use this to drive business. So right now, I know if I just go over here, so this is, he's missing one H1 tag, right? He's got two duplicate H1 tags. 90, oh, sorry, they're still counting. So 95, all, one missing, two duplicates, H2.
What do you? Oh, okay. Sorry, Greg.
So this,
I couldn't see where you was pointing.
Oh yeah, so it's going through all the content, and then it'll see videos, and then over 100 kilobytes. So if you needed this, you did this, you went to a customer and said, hey, you got a bunch of images oversized, and you will get, we can show you where the URLs are, so you even know where the URL of the picture is. Then you can go into the site and fix those for free, and that's your foot in the door, right? Again, another free tool that will definitely give you all this information. The ones that I kind of like are AMP, structured data. So contains structured data, 0. So this
Can't see your Screaming Frog if you're sharing it, right?
Oh, is it not? Oh, no wonder you couldn't see what I was talking about. Did the same thing.
Yeah, I just see the Excel. So
okay, there's got to be another way to share the whole screen, no?
you find it, I'd love to see it because every time I do it, it makes me do the same damn thing, man.
Yeah, so ridiculous. Okay, sorry. So let me go back up there since none of that made any sense to anybody. So I took the URL, that first URL that we got from Phantom Buster, and then I put it in here and I ran it, and then it gives me, so their total URL count, like I said, it's 500. It stopped at 500 because it's a free version.
Brent?
Yeah.
We don't see the screen still.
Still?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
There, now we do.
There with
All right. Sorry for the rookie mistakes. Yeah, so here's the count. It says total blocked by robot, the robot TXT file, total block, total crawled. So all the internal. So there's total internal linking, total external linking. So if this is a really low number, it's another great way to offer a service to increase, and even for your own site. I mean, if you throw your own site in here and now you know how many internal links you go and do the exact same thing to your top competitor. And if their internal link count is higher than yours, then there's most reason they're gonna rank better than you from an internal ranking standpoint. And then where I like it is down here is a lot of people are missing meta descriptions. So this is saying it's got 183, but 14 pages are missing meta descriptions, and here they are right here. So some of these might be members' names, so they're pages that maybe you wouldn't want to have one, but if you didn't want that, then just de-index them and don't have them, just have them on your page, right? You don't need to have that as a factor. Then you got meta keywords. So there's no meta keywords, so that's an argument that or a discussion that maybe anyone can pop into, Brock or Mike or William.
Old school, yeah. Don't even worry about it. It's nothing.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
The day, don't even look at it.
Yeah, I agree. It's just some people still think that that's a big thing. Again, we got 2 missing H1 tags. Here's the 2 pages. So one of this person's location pages is missing the H1 tag. So, easy fix, right? And easy fix for your own sites. Then we got H2. So 8 pages don't have H2. Sitemap obviously is not a big deal, but here's some pretty important pages. Enterprise SEO, what makes digital marketing important for startup, like all of that. Those pages should have H2 tags if they're gonna do anything. You're really just wasting time building the pages if you don't. And then you can see your chronicle, if it has a tag or not.
Where I usually get so many business owners are on the canonical tags. So
Oh yeah, for
that's
sure.
huge. And then you're like, hey, you're literally telling Google, not to index this page. It's a really important factor.
Yeah,
So I just wanted
I
to
agree.
throw that out there for everyone.
So here's this one this one's pretty good. It has 181 self-referring, which is really good. Yeah, so he's got 1 missing, not a big deal, right? Apply for jobs. And then the next one that I like is structured data. So here's all pages, and they've got none. So it's missing 183 pages of structured data. So easy fix, right? Great, easy fix if you're looking for clients. Also, do you want to, you do this to the top 5 and there's no scheme on all 5? Would you put a GMB and a website in that area if you were trying to take over? I know I would. That's a pretty easy win. Sitemap. So everything's on a sitemap. It's got 0 URLs in the sitemap. So I'm surprised this is an SEO guy, but it is what it is. Page speed, I wouldn't really look at it in Screaming Frog. It doesn't really give good data. Analytics, it's just saying that analytics is on and your search console is on. So everything's connected. So all those things are good. Let's just drop
Hey,
this
Brett,
back.
do you do visualizations like on site structure? Do you look at that at all or no?
I do. I wasn't gonna go into it, but but yeah, if you go to site structure, here's the layout. It's probably pretty small for you guys to see, right?
Well, they have like a visualization up at the top.
Yeah,
I
where
thought
was
you were
that
talking about
again?
that. Up at the, like, you got file mode, configuration, bulk export, report, sitemaps, visualization, right there, right at the very, very top left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you
there
see
we
the
go.
visualization. Yeah, those are, so the crawl tree graph and like the force direct, like those are great things.
That's
to also
right.
send to
Yeah,
clients
this
as
one.
well. Yeah, they're great visuals to really take a look at.
Right. So here's everything that's linked out from. So it's got the sitemap here. It says it's got it, but it didn't say in the code. Oh, this is outlinks. And then there's all your pages. Multiple, looks like a multiple tiered company. But yeah, so a lot of data in here that you can use. We got a little bit away from the GMB standpoint of it, but a lot of SEOs in here with agencies. If you're not using it, it's a great free tool. And most local, you don't need more than 500. It'll give you enough to get you in the
That
door.
structure is really their sitemap, really, and it's a visual, so you can see what they're going after and the key terms and everything else. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
really good information there.
Yeah, I send those in like all my audits, right, in there, because you'll see all kinds of like orphan pages. Like it's a great visualization tool.
And
Have
then,
you
sorry, go ahead.
Have you tried a site bulb? I'm just curious. I used to use site bulb.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I will now that you said that.
Try it out. Yeah,
I'll go check it out.
I still love Screaming Frog. I still use it, but Sight bulb's really cool. Kind of, I'm starting to lean that way.
Can you put that in the chat so that everyone has it, and then I'll look at it too?
Sure. Let me get the link, boys.
Awesome. Thanks. So then here's the phone number, right? That's on the GMB. So now you can, again, if I look at it from a foot in the door.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we
back
can
to,
Yeah, we
yeah,
can see
back
stream,
to Excel. There we go. All right. So phone number. So back to foot in the door is you're looking at, you can call them, make a video, call them up, say, hey, I got a video. Do you mind giving me your email? And I'll send it to you. So, you know, you've got a touch point. You're not selling it. You're just giving something. So a great value. But also, if we go back into Phantom Buster or Scrapebox is probably better, and you get the yellow book add-on. I'm not going to show Scrapebox today, but you put this phone number list in against the yellow book app in Scrapebox, and it'll give you all the emails to all these accounts that have a yellow page book. So then you have email and phone number, and the yellow page you'll have usually first name. So then all of a sudden, how personalized is that email being sent out? And then I could show you how to use Phantom Buster to automate all that too, to get it all done.
That's a serious gold nugget right there, Brett.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That'll make us some money.
So then we've got hours, which really, you know, is you want to know when other people are open. So it's good information, but this is the golder right here. Is the GMB claim?
I was about to say, bro, all that shit you told me, I don't give a fuck about none of them columns except that one. Fuck all that client acquisition shit. I'm acquiring GMBs, baby. Sorry, Brett, I had to, but I've been waiting for you to get to that column, boy.
That's okay. That's okay. So if we do this and we
Michael, just tell him, skip that column. Skip it.
So we did this fairly quickly. We did only 10 minutes of scrape in one location. But if you wanted to do a state or province, whatever it is in your area, then you would have multiple keywords, and this would be massive. This would be a massive list. If you go to gmb.com category list and you pay for this, you can then get the entire category list of GMB. You put it on that Excel sheet, you run it through Phantom Buster the same way I just did. And that will give you everything in your area with a GMB that is not claimed. And then what do you do with a GMB that's not claimed?
Claim the bitch.
It all depends on what hat you wear.
What you do is, right, you get a file after you finish all your scraping, put them in one big file, and then send them to Merlino. Just keep on doing the cold email outreach and just send me those.
Yeah. So really what we're saying is that these are either the business has gone out of business. So I wouldn't normally say this, but when I have this email address, which I already showed you, we can go and find out if that business has got a website. And if that URL is for sale and you're an SEO, then how great is that? How about buy the URL? There's ways to, you know, you got the URL base. It's really easy to claim if you have the URL. Has anyone tried it in the last little while? I haven't, so I shouldn't be really saying it's easy, but if you get the URL, let's say this was out of business and you went back and you bought the domain and then you put WordPress on it, then you go back to the Wayback Machine, get the information off the Wayback Machine, build out the website, which is real easy, and then you have the admin, so you can change the admin number and passwords, and then when you go back to Google and apply for your GMB back, then they'll give it to you because everything matches. So it's a great way to get it without or the other way is to sit on it, claim it, put it on its own one, and then let it sit, fire a bunch of citations at it, and then run some traffic to it, and run it like you own it, because you can change the phone number You can change the name sometimes, and then just keep running it. And eventually, you just keep clicking on it. And eventually, I would say 5 out of 10 times after a month or two, it'll auto verify. So
Yeah, with the cheating tactic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
All
So
right, so real quick, I wasn't told about none of this, so like that's not gonna be reset. It was recorded. I wish it wasn't, but moving forward, just keep it pushing. Like we're not gonna really talk much about that. Talk more about the other stuff. We don't teach GMB methods, none of that.
no. That's just for
gotta-
this group.
You just
That
got
was-
away with a fantasy, right? If you heard right.
For entertainment only.
Change the topic, Q&A time. Brent, stop sharing your screen. No more of that, bro.
So yeah, sorry. That's all good. But yeah, so has anyone got questions about Phantom Buster?
Hey, Brent, sorry to cut you off. Holly got an indexing nugget for us.
Oh, let me hear it. I love those.
You want me to do it now?
Sure.
No, man, you can tell me directly, Holly. I mean,
So when you go in there and do that claim and you put it in your account, you know what I'm talking about, Michael?
yep.
Okay, you go to where you put the website at
Mm-hmm.
and you put the link you want to index in that website.
Yeah. I've actually shared that before a long time ago. That shit still works. It's just people get scared to do it because they think they're gonna lose the GMB, but the GMB don't even gotta be
It
live.
doesn't, okay, so this is the other level up on that, is that you can go to, okay, like who's in this? Is this recorded?
It is
I can-
recorded. You want to wait?
Informational purposes only.
Give me 1 second.